Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 48. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report that has great news about the payments. So through the Trillant platform, we also have a bit of extra information on the Expert 4X and the videos that has come out there. We are on the top 6 of one of the Expert 4X lists. We're going to have a closer look at that and why that is. And then on top of that, Solar Farm has done extremely well in this particular week. So let's get started. Let's see what's up and what's down in this particular week. We start off with Yieldnodes as we always do. And now it's the basically entered into December. That also means that we have less than a month now to get our 5% quarterly profit. And we're looking very much forward to that. Hopefully it will still be paid out on the 1st of January. And then the big question here is also, will this be able to be paid out to the individual Yieldnodes members? That's really what we want to know at the moment. So far, I haven't seen any confirmation from Steve or Urs at the moment, but I will have a little conversation with Urs over the weekend. I had a quick one during the week. Unfortunately, I couldn't disclose too much of that. It is still confidential. But hopefully over the week I will know a bit more on the weekend just to figure out exactly if this is going to be paid out or not. Now also the changes for the market that we have in there on the 28th of November, it has now changed, so you cannot sell your investment anymore with only the 10%. It goes in increments, if you remember and have seen some of my previous videos, increments of 10%, and then it takes a step up every 2 weeks, which means that until the 11th of December, we now have the minimum of 20%. You can still go from 20 all the way up to 150% if that is what you desire. And just to show you exactly how that is done, we have made this video, which came out as soon as the marketplace basically went online. And this is to show you how you can go in and buy some of the investments up, or if you want to sell part of it in order to survive Christmas here. The choice is up to yours. We'll make sure, of course, that we also put the link in the description of the video as always. So let's have a look at the SAPP and Sapphire coin. This particular week, the return on the investment, so per year, is pretty much status quo around the 56% mark. And the only thing we can celebrate with SAPP at the moment is that we have passed a couple of weeks ago now the 100%, basically as many coins as we started off with, 103.38% to be exact. But obviously the coin development is not in a good place, and we just hit the all-time low for our investment. And it's due to the graph looking like this. There was a bit of a positive trend coming, but in the past week it has basically just slowly but surely gone down. Obviously things are still too early for the marketplace to gain confidence in Yieldnodes, but hopefully it will come in 2023 early. If we have a look at PNY, then the return on the investment also here is exactly the same as last week per year. And the share masternoding, even though it sounds impressive, 860% that we have done so far, the overall coin development is still in minus, and we are not actually far off from the all-time low. It is just 0.15% from there. So minus 95% still, which is obviously not very good. But overall, we hope that this will gain a lot of traction, momentum, so in 2023. So the graph looks like this, pretty much flat. So as it is at the moment, and it runs around somewhere around 2 or 3 cents, and the same with the dollar. So not much to come from here at the moment. Birake has managed to do a bit better. Also, this is the exchange behind it. And that also makes a difference because there are still coins in there. They're still making some profits. And we can see the return on investment. It has dropped a bit, about 10-11% return on the investment per year. But it also took quite a bit of a jump a couple of weeks ago. Now on the shared masternoding, also here we have passed 100%, 101.67% to be exact. So that is also going in the right direction. Overall coin development, we have also seen a positive development this particular week, down from -5%, and now we are almost at +5%. So nice to see that at least some of the things are still going. And it looks like this. Obviously there is a bit of a jigsaw puzzle here. It goes a bit up, it goes a bit down, it goes a bit sideways. But the overall we want to see is that we have good steady progress over time. And good steady progress is also what we have seen with Bitcoin versus USDT. We left it last week around the 16, just over the 16,000 mark. Since then it has been trading sideways, and then Monday basically took a dip and a drop down to $16,000. And from there on it has been going steadily up, and at the moment it has passed the $17,000. So a nice positive sign at the moment. Let's hope it continues. Elevate Pass, we're now in week 48, still no profits, and I believe it's now a time to talk to the team and the CEO. We'll see if we can do that before Christmas, if we can find time. It will be interesting to hear and see exactly how far they come. We have spoken to the team numerous times along the way, but definitely we believe a video might be in time now, just at the end of the year. Because they keep informing us that very much Elevate Pass is still on. They are still having all the lights on, and they also have the crypto trading courses here, as you can see. And on top of that, they also have the CoinFriend portal where you can go in and use your investments that you have with Elevate Pass. But all of us still want to see the weekly profits. I believe that's why most of the people came in. And then obviously on top of that, we take everything else as a bonus, not the other way around. A bonus, we're not quite sure. Trillant was supposed to go live. It did on the different exchanges, but again, it was delayed and it didn't really match up with the dates. Then we had a withdrawal date on the 28th of November, which didn't really happen. And we were only notified one day before. So basically on Sunday, there was a meeting with the CEO. And they postponed the withdrawal, which will now begin on the 5th of December, and that will be on Monday, so right after the weekend. Fingers crossed. Let's hope they're going to stick to the plan this time around. We have seen many times in the past that these deadlines here is so and so, and that's exactly why I have mentioned before when I've shown you this particular picture saying you can transfer from the exchange. And this was on the 28th of November until the end of December, $2,500. The amount has not changed yet, but obviously it's no longer the 28th of November. Hopefully they will stick to the 5th of December and people will be able to get at least a bit out for the Christmas presents. And on top of that, it will still, the deadline is still the 1st of January, where you can take out 5,000, and then in February you should be able to take 10 out. And then at the 1st of March, you will be able to be unlimited. And we will also have the new Trill stablecoin that should be able to be withdrawn from there. So we will hope that all these deadlines are going to be kept in the future. We made a video also for the restaking that is now available. So for the Tree coin, and how you can maximize your profits. Obviously this video here we made within 24 hours since the platform was launched. Since then we have found a couple of serious defects with it. And we want to make sure that everybody is aware what you need to do. Only this week here we got a bit of a warning from the team themselves, which was way too late here, since people had already been restaking and didn't really know what that could mean if they did it at the wrong time. So this restaking so-called suggestion, which is definitely, I feel it's more than just a suggestion, it's something you need to do. It says when you click the option call button and restake, your tree, the contracts you will have in there, will immediately restart once at 0 and then start at 52 weeks again. And we have mentioned this many times, so that is not the news. So it's suggested to wait until you have been paid for the week before restaking. This way you will not disrupt your weekly payout schedule, which could result in missed profit. Well, it couldn't, it will. I can tell you that already. So we have managed to get some of it, and the other ones we have basically received 0, and that is very disappointing. Really bad information from the team themselves. To check when a particular contract is paid, maybe the night before in some time zones, click on the packs and hover the cursor over the Trill rewards amount to the right of each active pack. You can then see which particular week date it is being paid out at. But this is a huge disappointment to a lot of Trillant members here, because we get several hundred in every single week, and obviously if we miss an entire week because we are restaking, so then this is a lot of money, no matter if we can stake at a higher price or not. And in this particular case, we did it at 30%. And again, to show you what we're talking about here, it's not the short-term staking, it's not the 4, 9 or 26 weeks we're talking about, it's only when it's locked in for 52 weeks and the yield of 50%. That is where you get the option every 4 weeks to restake. So, and then you start over with the 52 weeks again, which we all know. But the important part here is to know that also make sure that that package pays out for the week before you basically restake. So very, very important. And now we have seen that the platform with the information has been updated, but there was nothing. So when we did the video, it was only you're gonna be in for 52 weeks again, and we thought we're gonna get paid out. Obviously we didn't, so don't make the same mistake as we did. Let's have a look at the coin store before everybody is gonna rush to sell out. And this particular one is obviously again for the tree. We have seen that it started off quite high. Since then, it's still trading, there's still good volume. But at the moment we're down at 11 cents at CoinStore. And most probably we will see a dip below the 10 cents also once people are starting to sell, but it depends on how desperate people are, of course. Also a quick look at XT. So these are the two exchanges that will be able to take the tree in the beginning. Both seems to have similar matching prices now, where previous week there was still a bit of a difference. So now they seem to slowly but surely line up and match up. But both of them are at roughly around 11 cents as we shot this particular video. Now we come to the good part here, where we have Solar Farm, especially version 2. And the TVL has basically not gone through the roof, but it's definitely gone up from 10 to 20 BNB. And overall, 87% this week. So that is massive. We haven't seen such a good development in the last couple of months. So, but it's great to see that Solar Farm is slowly but surely coming back to life. Panels owned for this particular week is up by 72%. But what we are interested in, and everybody else who is obviously in with Solar Farm, is the panel value. The panel value, our value has gone up from 15 BNB last week up to 46, so an increase of 206%. We are very, very happy with this one, and that development overall. Exchange rate is up by, or we should say down, because basically last week, as you can see, the numbers start off with 12, now we're at 6. So it's actually normally always been the negative way around. This week around, it's a positive thing, and that's also why the panel value has gone up by so much. So it's great to see. Panel value BNB, it looks like the 206% is a bit off, because it looks like we, no, 206, yeah, matches, okay. BNB versus USD, and we can see in this particular one that we left it at $292, so it doesn't really look anything like Bitcoin this week. It was end of the week, it was moving up, or over the weekend, more than 300, and then it took a sharp turn down also on Monday, and then from there on it has looked a bit like Bitcoin again here, where it's coming back, and we're almost at the $300 mark. So not too bad at all, especially when you consider also that we have a value of 46 BNB in there on Solar Farm. Having a look at Solar Farm 1, it's not doing so well at the moment. Basically, it's as close to status quo as you can almost come. The TVL is only slightly up by 0.1, which is still within 0%, but on the positive side. The panels owned is up by 168%. And then the panel value and the daily rewards is slightly down, but still just around the 0%, so but in negative. So not doing so well for that one at the moment. It seems like it's either one or the other one most of the time. AI marketing, well, there's nothing there for November profit at all. Everything is completely unknown. The website is still off. We have no new information apart from the rumors that we have shared several times. And now it's coming up to about a year since they had the first issues with the payment modules that they introduced. And since then it has been downhill. But we still have faith in it. We still report on it, always both positive and negative. And we hope that 2023 is going to be a lot better for AI marketing. Update again on the meetings. Well, it's just another date. It's just another time to delay. But 13th of December is the timeline we have right now. And we'll keep you updated if something should happen, of course, always here in the news report. Moving on to our profit receiver, EA/robot. Still doing okay, definitely still pulling money in, not as much as we are used to at the moment. We also have a couple of EAs that are still in drawdown, painfully long, and obviously we are currently looking at implementing a few different strategies in order to try and accommodate and try and finish them early, and we'll tell you a bit more about it in a separate video once we have tested it out a bit more thorough. Profit retriever for week 47 profits. It is up from last week, which was a really low time. Here we can see everything is still in single digits. So New Zealand US dollars made 6.6%. British pounds USD is doing quite well at the moment, 5%. US CAT is at 4.7%. Europe New Zealand 4.4%. And then British pounds AUD is also doing okay, 2.2%. Overall, we made $2,271 on the top 5 last week, or 4.5%. So it's good and stable. Obviously, it's hard to be dissatisfied with 4.5% on the top 5, but we are used to more. But again, it's always against the profit versus risk, and we're going to talk a bit more about that later on in the program. And it comes back to where we are trading at the moment, where we are both trading and we are also providing the copy link signals for Expert Forex. You can find more about this on our website. And we're going to talk a bit more about some of Alex's videos here also right after this part. So profit retriever, you can buy the EA. If you haven't done that, it's a bit too late to get the 80 or 90% as we showed you last week for Black Friday and Monday. But if you are not interested in the trading itself, you don't want to sit hours and hours and try and trim your robot to give you a profit, simply just go in, become a premium member. So for Expert Forex, do the coupling trading, and you will find a lot of links there. We have quite a few videos, and Alex have made that this week. That will also help you get started on it. One of the things that a lot of the forum members in Expert Forex is talking about is the prop traders, proprietary traders. Basically means you are trading with other people's money. A lot of people are interested in this because maybe either they don't want to risk their own or they don't have that much. And proprietary trading means that you can go in and you can trade with other people's money. It can be 50, 100 or even several 100,000, and you get a certain percentage of that, and obviously that matters if you can create 5 or 10% per month or even more. The difficult part here is to try and get stability within the trading itself, and more importantly the drawdowns that is limited. So if you cannot follow this, you are basically out very quickly again, and you have to start over, and there's normally also a bit of a fee involved at the same time. Now, one of the things that he's talking about in this video here, I thought it was quite important because we are using the setup, the profit retriever in exactly the same way, gain to drawdown ratios. So again, on the testing, we always try to look for the best where we have high gains, but at the same time drawdown, and we have a look at the ratio itself, 2 to 1. We prefer obviously to have a few more than 200%. So, but that is always what we're looking for when we are trying to find the right settings for the robots going forward. We are not so interested in the 50 or 60,000 we can make in 3 months because we know it's unrealistic and most probably it will blow the accounts most of the time. So the video here is also from Expert Forex and Alex. If you are ignoring good trading advice, and basically in here he's talking about 3 factors that is going to make your life a lot easier. So and that is something that any trader should take into consideration. We really like Expert Forex and Alex and the advice he is giving us and the rest of the community in there, because he is quite experienced, and I now stuck with him for quite a few years. We really enjoy the way he teaches people. The last part here comes back again to the copy Simple and Easy Trading Success, which is within the Expert Forex, and where we're also providing the signals themselves. He is again just promoting this particular part, saying that if you have tried to be a profitable trader and it's not really going your way, don't stop. Basically go to Expert Forex and have a look and see how many of the traders, including ourselves, how well we are doing. You can copy the signals in there for very, very little money compared to anywhere else on the web right now. I can tell you, I don't think it's going to be the same prices going forward. But obviously right now you can enjoy very good profits and don't really pay much for it. And that leads us to this particular video that you just saw here. We have been highlighted, so in Alex's video here also, where out of the top 6 link account here that we have with the best gains for the week ending November 26th, even though we're not doing so well with our profit retriever, you can actually see that 3 of our signals has done 2 5% and 1 7%. So we are definitely in the top 5, and that is great. And another thing we want to highlight again here is what it says. In general, we are looking for accounts that will produce 30 to 50% returns per annum, 1% per week. That is the risk return sweet spot. Anything more carries risk and hopefully more reward. And most people that now will listen to this saying this is way too low, but actually he is quite right. We are up a few 100% a year, and we still think this is quite okay. But we have dialed our percentage down because we want to be able to sleep at night. We want to make sure that our trading doesn't blow up overnight. If you're interested in this, definitely again go and have a look at our website. That leads to Expert Forex later on. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As you can see, there is plenty of options. There's plenty of opportunities out there. We believe that we are doing quite well on most of them, but as always, you need to spread it out in a different portfolio. So at least some of them will continue to do well when others don't, and vice versa. And you might even be lucky enough that everything is in positive at one time. So we hope that you enjoyed the information and the details and where maybe you're going to look in the future. So I hope to see you then on next week's video, where we'll have more on the profits and the gains. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.